Imagination is the most powerful tool available to us, a force that shapes the very fabric of our lives. It is not just a mere daydream or fantasy. It is the primary creator of our reality. Everything in our physical world begins as an image in the mind. This is the fundamental truth. When you create an image, a thought, or a feeling in your mind, you are already beginning the process of materializing it in your life. The mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. It simply accepts whatever is impressed upon it. This is the key to understanding why a man will return to you after a period of no contact. It all begins with the power of your imagination. And you may have heard the phrase, thoughts become things, but to understand how this works, we need to dive deeper into the creative process. When you focus on an image of him returning to you, whether it's him calling, texting, or simply being drawn back into your life, you are not just fantasizing, you are mentally crafting the circumstances of his return. You're impressing upon your subconscious mind the reality of that return. The process is simple yet profound. When you imagine him reaching out to you, you are not waiting for external circumstances to change first. Instead, you are taking charge of the inner world, and that inner world will eventually reflect outwardly. In other words, you are seeing the end result in your mind before it physically manifests. This is the secret to the law of attraction, the law of assumption, and countless other principles that describe how the world responds to the thoughts and feelings we project. Think of it this way. When you imagine him returning, you are mentally rehearsing the scenario as though it has already happened. In your mind's eye, you can feel the joy, the excitement, the relief of reconnecting. You can hear the words he speaks, see the smile on his face, and sense the energy between you. As you hold these images and feelings in your mind, you are aligning yourself with the desired outcome. You are sending a clear message to your subconscious that this is your truth, that this is already happening. The more vividly you imagine, the more real it becomes within you. However, imagination is not merely a tool for wishful thinking. It is a tool for creation. When you imagine a specific outcome, such as his return, you are not only visualizing the event, you are creating the conditions that make it possible. The world around you is constantly responding to the mental images you hold. Every time you imagine him coming back, you are establishing a new reality, a reality where he has returned. Your imagination does not need to follow the rules of time or space. It is not bound by limitations. What you imagine is simply the seed of a future event, already sprouting in the unseen. The beauty of this process is that you do not need to see immediate proof in the physical world. What matters is the internal shift you experience when you imagine him returning. As your belief in the power of your imagination grows, you begin to notice subtle shifts in the external world that mirror your inner state. Perhaps you'll hear from him unexpectedly, or the circumstances of your relationship will shift in ways that align with your imagined scenario. This is the result of the images you've been planting in your subconscious. Imagination, therefore, is not just about passive daydreaming. It is an active force of creation. The thoughts and images you hold in your mind about his return, repeated, vivid, and emotionally charged, are the building blocks of your new reality. Through the power of imagination, you are shaping your future, one thought at a time. The law of assumption is a powerful and transformative principle that hinges on one simple idea. What you assume to be true about yourself and the world will ultimately become your reality. It is not enough to merely wish for something to happen or to try to force it through actions alone. The key lies in your assumption, the firm belief and feeling that something has already occurred. This assumption then becomes the magnetic force that draws your desired outcome into existence. Correct? The context of why a man might return to you after a period of no contact, the law of assumption reveals a profound truth. If you assume that he will return without a shadow of doubt, you set in motion the conditions necessary for his return. The assumption you hold about the relationship and his feelings will inevitably shape the events that unfold. If you assume that he misses you, that he's thinking about you and that he will reach out, then those assumptions create the inner atmosphere that compels the outer circumstances to align accordingly. Your assumption is far more powerful than the circumstances around you. It is not bound by the logic of time, distance, or what seems to be happening in the present moment. If you assume the end result, that the man is coming back to you, then everything in your current reality will begin to align with that assumption. You do not need to see proof or any immediate signs of his return for the assumption to work. The more you live in the assumption of the desired outcome, the more inevitable it becomes. The law of assumption does not require you to focus on the how of the situation. It simply requires you to assume the what. You do not need to figure out how he will return, when he will return, or why he has been distant. The assumption is all that matters. If you assume that he is on his way back to you, the universe begins to rearrange itself in accordance with that belief. By holding steadfast in this assumption, you begin to shape the experience of his return without needing to rely on external validation or confirmation. Your inner state, your unwavering assumption, is the creative force that determines your outer world. This principle works because your subconscious mind does not question your assumptions. It accepts them as truth and begins to manifest them in your experience. So if you assume that he will return, your subconscious mind will orchestrate events, conversations, and opportunities that align with that assumption. You might find yourself being contacted in unexpected ways, or you may sense that the circumstances surrounding your connection begin to shift. This is the law in action, your inner assumption guiding the world outside of you. It is important to understand that the law of assumption is not about pretending or faking it. It is about aligning your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs with the reality you wish to experience. It is about knowing in the depths of your being that the end result is already a fact. You assume the end result, and you live in the feeling of that assumption as though it has already come to pass. The more you do this, the more it becomes a part of your actual experience. In essence, the law of assumption is the key to creating the reality you desire. If you assume that the man will return, you create a mental and emotional environment that naturally leads to his return. The law is as simple as it is profound. What you assume with unwavering faith becomes your reality. The concept that inner state creates outer reality speaks to a fundamental law of existence. The world around you is a direct reflection of the inner state of your mind and emotions. This means that the way you feel about yourself, your circumstances, and your relationships plays a crucial role in shaping what you experience externally. Your thoughts, beliefs, and emotional states act as magnets, attracting the events and people that match your inner vibration. When it comes to relationships, particularly why a man might return to you after a period of no contact, this principle becomes incredibly powerful. If your inner state is one of self-love, confidence, and peace, that energy will be reflected in your external relationships. By feeling loved, valued, and secure in yourself, you create the magnetic force that draws similar energy from others, including him. If you are feeling emotionally balanced and abundant within, you become more attractive, and the people around you, especially someone who may have distanced themselves, begin to respond to that shift. Your inner state doesn't just reflect in how others treat you, it dictates how you experience the world. If you see yourself as worthy of love and care, you set the stage for others to treat you with that same respect. When you embrace this mindset, your external world begins to mirror it. In contrast, if your inner state is one of fear, doubt, or lack, you will continue to experience those very things. Now, whatever you say it, for a moment it might stop, but nothing changes. And now you doubt that state. You'll always imprison yourself on the outer part of your inner state. For example, if you feel anxious about his return, worried that he won't come back, or unsure of your own value, you are essentially radiating these feelings into the world. Your fear of rejection or abandonment can block the very thing you desire. The people around you pick up on this energy, often mirroring your doubts, and as a result, the circumstances around you don't shift as you hope. The key to understanding this principle lies in the awareness that your thoughts and emotions do not exist in isolation. They are actively shaping the external world at all times. Every thought you have sends out vibrations, and these vibrations align with similar energies, drawing them back to you. This is why when you shift your inner state to one of certainty, love, and alignment with your desires, you begin to see the changes you seek in your external circumstances. In the case of a man returning to you, the focus is not on manipulating or forcing a specific outcome. Instead, the focus is on creating a deep, unwavering sense of peace and confidence within yourself. When you feel secure in your own worth and no longer seek validation from him, you stop pushing against the natural flow of energy. Your emotional state of self-assuredness and love sends out a signal that aligns with the idea of him returning, but not out of neediness or desperation. Instead, it flows from a place of abundance and alignment, naturally inviting the return you desire. Your inner state, then, is the fertile soil in which the seeds of your desires grow. When you nurture feelings of inner harmony, self-worth, and certainty, the outer reality will naturally conform to these inner truths. By changing the way you feel and think about yourself and the situation, you influence the events that unfold. Letting go of neediness is one of the most powerful steps you can take in transforming your relationships and creating the life you desire. Neediness often arises from a place of lack, an internal belief that you are incomplete without someone or something to fill that void. In the context of a relationship, neediness can manifest as an overwhelming desire for attention, affection, or validation from the other person. This desperate energy not only drains your own sense of well-being, but also pushes the very thing you desire further away. When you are in a state of neediness, you are subconsciously signaling to the universe that you do not have enough love, enough attention, enough support. This vibration of lack is what you attract back into your life. In relationships, it often leads to a push-pull dynamic, where the more you cling to the idea of someone or their affection, the more they may withdraw. This is because the energy you put out into the world is one of desperation, which repels rather than attracts. Neediness is an energy of insecurity, and it's not the energy that draws someone back to you. It's the energy of confidence, self-love, and inner peace that does. To let go of neediness is to shift your internal state from one of dependence to one of self-sufficiency. It means recognizing that you are complete within yourself and that your worth is not defined by another person's presence or approval. This does not mean that you no longer desire love or companionship. Rather, it means you no longer need it in order to feel whole. When you let go of neediness, you release the attachment to outcomes and allow the flow of life to naturally bring you what you want, without forcing it or clinging to it. Neediness is often rooted in fear, the fear of being alone, the fear of rejection, or the fear that you will not be enough. These fears create a sense of urgency in your actions and thoughts, leading you to chase after someone, try to control the situation, or overthink every interaction. But the more you act out of fear, the more you create resistance in the energy between you and the other person. True attraction happens when you are at ease, when you're not attached to the outcome, and when you trust that what is meant for you will find its way. Letting go of neediness requires you to develop a deep sense of self-worth. You must come to a place where you know, without a doubt, that you are deserving of love, affection, and respect. Not because of what you do or how others see you, but simply because of who you are. When you feel good about yourself and your own value, you no longer feel the need to seek constant validation from outside sources. This inner confidence radiates outward and naturally draws people toward you because they're responding to your energy of completeness and self-assurance. In relationships, letting go of neediness also means releasing control. Instead of trying to force someone to come back or behave in a certain way, you trust that the universe has its own timing and that the right people will come into your life when you are aligned with your true self. You stop chasing after things and start allowing them to come to you effortlessly. The moment you let go of the need to control and the desire to manipulate the outcome, you open the door for genuine connection and attraction to flow naturally. Neediness is a reflection of inner lack, but when you choose to let go of it, you are embracing abundance. You are affirming to yourself that you are already whole and that everything you desire is already on its way to you. Letting go of neediness is the key to unlocking the true power of attraction because it allows you to vibrate at a higher frequency of love, confidence, and trust in yourself and the universe. Faith in your desires is a fundamental aspect of manifesting the life and relationships you desire. It's not simply about wishing or hoping for something to happen. It's about knowing with absolute certainty that your desires are already fulfilled. When you have unwavering faith in the reality of your desires, you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the belief that what you want is already yours. So this inner conviction transforms your energy and sends a powerful signal to the universe that what you seek is already on its way to you. Faith is the bridge between the unseen and the seen. When you desire something, whether it's a man returning to you or the manifestation of any other goal, you must first believe that it is possible. But more than that, you must believe it is already on its way. The key is in your conviction, in the belief that what you want is already yours, regardless of what the current circumstances may appear to be. So faith allows you to transcend the limitations of time and space, knowing that your desire exists in the present moment, even if your physical senses have yet to confirm it. This level of faith requires you to release doubt. Doubt is the enemy of faith. And as long as you hold on to uncertainty, you block the flow of your desires. The more you entertain thoughts of what if it doesn't happen or what if it doesn't come back, the more you reinforce the belief that your desires are unattainable. Faith, on the other hand, is the trust that the universe is already working behind the scenes to bring your desires into fruition. When you have faith, you stop questioning how, when, or why things will unfold. You trust the process and know that everything is happening in divine order. Faith in your desires also means living as if your desire is already true. It's about stepping into the feeling of your wish fulfilled. For example, if you want a man to return to you, rather than obsessing over when or how it will happen, you begin to feel the emotions of having him back in your life now. You imagine how it would feel to receive a message from him or to spend time together again. By immersing yourself in the emotions of your desire already being realized, you strengthen your faith and allow it to permeate your energy field. This is what attracts the reality you want, because you are now vibrating at the frequency of that desire. Your faith also involves an element of patience and surrender. It's trusting that the universe has a plan, even if you cannot see the steps right in front of you. When you have faith, you are willing to let go of control and allow the timing to unfold naturally. You understand that everything is coming together in the perfect way, and when the time is right, everything will fall into place. This is not passive waiting. This is active belief. Faith in your desires is a daily practice of focusing on the end result, feeling the emotions of having what you want, and trusting that it is already done. It's maintaining a strong mental and emotional alignment with your desire, regardless of what the physical world might reflect back to you in the moment. Every day you affirm that it is already so, and as you do, you attract the circumstances, events, and people that are aligned with your faith. When you hold steadfast in your faith, you shift the energy within you and around you. This energy is magnetic, drawing your desires closer, because you are no longer focused on the absence of what you want, but on the certainty that it is already yours. Faith transforms the process of manifestation into a natural flow, a process of allowing, trusting, and knowing that what you desire is already on its way to you. Surrender to divine timing is an essential practice in the process of manifestation and in every area of life. It involves trusting that the universe has its own pace for bringing your desires into reality, and recognizing that there is a greater plan unfolding, one that may not always align with your personal timeline. Surrendering to divine timing is about letting go of the need to control every detail and allowing life to unfold naturally in its own perfect time. This is especially crucial when it comes to relationships, such as when you are waiting for a man to return to your life after a period of no contact. We often fall into the trap of wanting things to happen on our terms, to happen quickly or according to a specific schedule. However, divine timing is not bound by the restrictions of human expectations. It operates outside of our limited understanding of time, and when we try to force things to happen when we want them, we often create resistance. This resistance blocks the flow of energy and creates more frustration. Instead of aligning with the natural rhythm of the universe, we resist it, which delays the manifestation of our desires. When you surrender to divine timing, you let go of the anxious thoughts that arise from not knowing when or how things will unfold. You no longer feel the need to control when the man will reach out to you or how the situation will resolve. You trust that the universe has its own plan and that everything is unfolding in perfect alignment with your highest good. This requires deep faith and patience. It's a surrendering of your ego's desire for control and an acceptance of the fact that some things must unfold when they are meant to, not when we want them to. Divine timing operates from a place of wisdom and order, ensuring that everything comes together when it is meant to. Often, there are unseen factors that play, timing that needs to be just right, conditions that need to be aligned, or people who need to go through certain experiences before they can come together with you. When you try to rush the process, you might interfere with the natural flow and cause misalignment, preventing things from falling into place as they should. You allow yourself to remain open to all possibilities. Releasing any attachment to how things forcing the situation or overthinking every step. The more you let go of this attachment, what is meant for you will find for the universe to bring your desires to you in a way that is passively better than you might have imagined. It means you take inspired action when the time is right, process of manifestation, that the universe is guiding will come to the perfect outcome in divine time. Surrendering to divine time, you are not focused on controlling act out of desperation or create a flow of trust that allows the desired outcomes to materialize. Everything will come to you in the right perfect harmony with the larger plan of the universe. Feeling is the secret. This statement captures a profound truth about the law of attraction and the process of manifestation. But many focus on thoughts, words, or actions when it comes to bringing their desires into reality. It is the feeling that truly holds the key. Our emotions are the energy that fuels our thoughts, the foundation upon which our reality is built. Feelings are the vibration we emit into the universe, and it is this vibration that determines the circumstances, people, and events that are drawn to us. When it comes to manifesting a relationship, such as a man returning to your life after a period of no contact, it's not enough to simply think about it or wish for it. You must feel as though it has already happened. Feeling the emotions of your desire already fulfilled is the most powerful tool in creating the reality you want. If you want him to come back, you must embody the feeling of him already being with you. You don't wait for external circumstances to change before you feel happy, loved, or secure. You must feel these emotions now, in the present moment, as if your desire has already come true. Your feelings are a direct reflection of your inner state. They tell the universe what you believe, what you expect, and what you are ready to receive. When you feel good, when you feel abundant, when you feel loved and confident, you are aligning with the energy of your desires. These positive emotions signal to the universe that you are ready for more of what you want to experience. The universe responds by bringing people and situations that match your emotional frequency. In contrast, if you feel fear, doubt, or sadness, you are sending out a vibration of lack, and the universe will bring more of what matches that lack. The key to understanding the power of feeling is recognizing that it's not about pretending or forcing emotions that aren't genuine. It's about tapping into the deep knowing that your desires are already on their way to you. Imagine how you would feel if your desire were already realized, how you would feel if he had already returned to your life. Allow yourself to fully experience those emotions. Now, the feeling is the creative force that draws your desire into physical reality. This is the true secret behind manifestation. You must feel the emotions of your desire already fulfilled. And through that feeling, you become a magnet for the outcome you wish to create. This concept works because emotions carry a frequency. Our thoughts and beliefs may influence our emotional state, but it is our emotions that are the most magnetic. They are the signal we send out to the universe, and it is this signal that determines what we attract. If you can consistently live in the feeling of your desire already being realized, this feeling pulls your desire closer to you, magnetizing it into your life. Feeling is the secret because it is the energy behind every thought, word, and action. Thoughts alone are not enough. Actions alone are not enough. The universe responds to energy, and energy is created through feeling. When you feel as though you already have what you want, you are operating from the space of fulfillment, and this is when manifestation happens most powerfully. The key is to embody that feeling, to live in it daily, and to trust that the universe will match your vibration with the reality you are calling into being. In conclusion, the process of manifesting the return of a man or any desired outcome is rooted in aligning your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs with the certainty that it is already done. Through the power of imagination, faith, and assuming the end result, you shape your reality from within. Letting go of neediness and trusting in divine timing allows you to release control and create space for your desires to unfold naturally. Above all, remember that feeling the emotions of your desires already fulfilled is the secret to drawing them into your life. The universe responds to your energy, and you are the creator